All right, we sort of covered the Huberdeau Uyghur part of the offseason. And there sits Nazem Kadri, the last of the big free agents that is out there. And the weeks have gone by and everybody's puzzled by the fact that he doesn't have a deal. And guess who gets him? You do. How long was that process ongoing? When did that start? The conversation with him?
Well, we had an initial conversation with Nas and his agent, at the opening of free agency. At that point, to be perfectly honest with you guys, I didn't think we were going to be a player in that game, just where we were at, right? Where we were at, we had just come through the John situation. We were working through the Matthew situation at that point. So basically we had checked in to say we've got interest, but we got business to take care on the home front before we know where the heck we're going here and what our cap situation is. So as that sort of solidified itself, and once we got through our trade with Florida, we took a deep breath, and then we re-engaged with Darren and Nas, and I think it was a unique situation. He had lots of teams that he was talking with, but again, you get into this a cap that's tight, and everybody's tight, and you get through the first few days and week of free agency, and it's even tighter. So I think he was looking at different opportunities. I think some of the situations that interest him, the space, or you needed to create space. So we kept engaging, we kept talking. We were able to get a deal done, and then we had to go and make a move to free up space. We did that, and we were able to get the player.
How difficult was it to trade Monahan?
Well, listen, Sean's a terrific player. He's had 2 tough seasons here, and I think a lot of it, well, not I think, I know a lot of it's been, as a result of injury. And it was a tough trade, John, because I've been with that player. He preceded me to Calgary,
right?
And you're not going to find a better kid. I've said it at the time we made the trade. He's just, he battled some unbelievable injuries, never said a word. Half the time we didn't even know he was banged up. Would never use it as an excuse. And, so I can't say enough good things about Sean, but you also have to, as I said at the beginning of this, when we talked about John and Matthew, you have to make decisions when you sit in this chair. And, we felt the ability to bring in a Nas, give the challenges Sean's been through, but he's had a good summer. He's feeling good. It gives him a fresh start. You certainly had to swallow hard and think about it. We had to attach a significant asset to move the money, as you do in today's world. So there was a lot of moving pieces. At the end of the day, what we kept coming back to is we think, adding Nas to our group, with the existing centerman that we have, the type of game that he plays, we think it makes us a better team. So, there was certainly a lot of moving pieces to it, but we kept coming back to that, and that carried the day for us.
Again, from a timing perspective, knowing that you had a framework possibly with Darren Ferris and Nas, did you have the Monahan deal in your back pocket so that you knew that? I mean, you didn't want to be that far over the cap.
Right. No, we didn't. I wasn't going to be in a position to sign him and then go to the market after. You've got a big target on your back when people know you're that far over. It was a bit of a challenge. We thought we had something put together prior. That went away. And so you're sort of going down parallel paths, John, to be perfectly honest with you. You're talking, and I was, real transparent with Nas's camp to say, listen, you're trying to negotiate a deal there, and you're arguing over that deal. Then you're out in the market trying to say, I free up cap space, and you're trying not to be too specific of why you're freeing up cap space. So there's tons of profanity to everybody, and finally you try to, you can't do one without the other. We weren't gonna make a move to free up space if we didn't have a place to use it. And so I'd say this, we got in a sort of a deal in place with Nas probably a week. It was probably a week, maybe a little over a week. And, they hung in with us while we worked through the other piece. And, in fairness to them too, there was times when I said, listen, if we can't get this done, you're talking about, he's trying to figure out where he's going to go. And, so there was a few tense days there, but we were able to get it all done.
Do you think you were in a bidding war for him?
Do I think I was in a bidding war with,
For Kadri? Because I would maintain there are other teams in a similar scenario to you
yeah,
trying
I
to
don't know,
cut
but
cap
like-
space.
yeah, I mean, yeah, he had other teams that are interested. Sure. At the end of the day, we don't get, you structure what you think you can do.
Yeah.
If that is great. If it's not good enough, then, that's why players pick different spots. I do believe, John, that he had lots of interest. And I think that a number of those spots were just like us, where they had to
Right.
move space. You look around, and I don't know, that would be a better question for him.
Yeah.
It was busy enough to try to get the deals done, both with him and with the trade that I didn't know what else was going on out there, but I'm certainly believe he had a lot of interest, and like I said, it's hard to move money these days.